Paul Teutul Jr. changed into a talented motorcycle builder acknowledged for his work on American Chopper, however. His existence backstage held a hidden tragedy so horrible he needed to depart the show. His journey turned into marred by using bitter rivalries, legal battles, and extreme family feuds. Particularly, together with his father Paul Sr., enthusiasts watched in shock as their dramatic conflicts opened up on TV. But what absolutely occurred that marked a turning point between father and son let us monitor the untold tale of Paul Teutul Jr. that the media do not need you. Hey, to know Paul Jr. starred in Family Garage to big fame on An Ordinary Day, lore back in 1972, particularly on October 2'd Paul Teutul Sr. and his wife Paula had their first son. They named him after his dad, placing the level for what would grow to be terrific travel. Little did they realize their newborn would one day become a standout persona in the bike world. Developing up, Paul Jr. couldn't assist but be captivated via his dad's love for bikes, a ardor that deeply inspired his own profession, route he and his siblings Michael Kristen, and Daniel saw firsthand how their dad's commercial enterprise, Orange County Iron Works, thrived from a soft age Paul Jr. turned into proper there, absorbing all of the info of metalworking and craft. By the time he was 12 years antique, Paul Jr. turned into already spending his summers at the Grand Craft on the own family business. He quickly earned a recognition as someone who should pick up skills rapidly. In those early days have been filled with simple desires for Paul. Desires of emulating his father, who became his biggest hero, notwithstanding the eventual USA and downs they might face on and off the display. Paul started nurturing his abilities in metallic operating particularly after becoming a member of a vocational schooling software. For the duration of high school, this application turned into a game changer, improving his talents and solidifying his route in the industry. While maximum youngsters his age have been exploring extraordinary hobbies or traveling at some point of their summer season breaks, Paul Jr. turned into typically at his father's, save mingling with adults and getting to know abilities uncommon for someone so young. This specific early life surroundings made him grow up speedy following high. School Paul didn't chase after university ranges as an alternative. He threw himself into running complete time at Orange County Iron Works. As the years skipped, Paul moved up with inside the agency sooner or later. Leading the railing shop segment, the two-owned family's life became approximately to take an exciting turn. It all started out when Paul Sr. started to discover constructing bikes as a hobby. This interest fast became something larger, a thriving business venture, even though it appeared like a long shot. First of all, Paul Jr. watched this new venture develop with keen interest, and shortly became an unnecessary part of it. In 1999, something Principal Passoff recognizing his son's sharp capabilities in metallic operating, Paul Sr. added Jr. into the bike customization world. That moment marked the reputable start of Orange County Choppers. However, there may be more. The founding of Orange County Choppers became quite the bold endeavor. In 1999, pushed by using a robust vision, Paul Sr. set up the commercial enterprise at 10 Factory Street in Bernard Law, Montgomery, New York, and later moved to 27 Stone Castle Road in Rock Tavern, New York. Within 3 years, the commercial enterprise had made a call for itself as one of the top custom motorcycle builders within the U.S. The specific motorcycles and awesome craftsmanship quickly attracted the attention of the Discovery Channel. By using December 2002, the two tools have been on TV now, not simply showing off their exceptional motorcycles, but additionally letting the world in on the dynamic and tasty life of a family deeply embedded within the art of motorcycle. Providence Constructing, for plenty Americans, the first time they tuned in to American Chopper, they had been immediately hooked. The show delivered a mixture of high drama moments and fascinating characters paired with the meticulous craftsmanship involved in developing some of the maximum lovely bikes ever seen. This mixture struck a chord with visitors, particularly younger Hans, igniting a love for the joys of driving motorcycles, capturing that feel of breaking free and heading into the sundown just like the rebels of cinema lore. American Chopper wasn't just every other TV show, it became a cornerstone for many fanatics, profoundly influencing their pastimes and even their lives. In contrast, the standard Truth TV that frequently functioned scripted interactions, American Chopper stood out as it showcased actual humans, the solid, along with Paul Teutul Sr., his son Paul Teutul Jr., and their team. Jason Pohl, Vincent DiMartino, Cody, Connolly, Michael Tuttle, among others, have been proper craftsmen and fanatics. They were not simply gambling parts, they were actual life developers whose passion for motorcycles transcended the screen, going beyond the fame and economic benefits they won from the display, the show's reputation. Soared quick reworking the motorcycle shop. From a pretty small venture into a major participant in the motorcycle world, they extended into a large $12 million 61 zero-toes facility in Newburgh. A testimony to the show's achievement in the grade of their work, but this era of boom didn't last forever. Via 2011, the agency faced tremendous monetary problems. Maine Paul Sr. at hand over the possession to GE Business Finance, Commercial Enterprise Corporation, to keep away from a complete shutdown. Notwithstanding those challenges, they controlled to preserve part of their area via leasing it, keeping directly to what had ended up a good-sized part of their lives. And that's not the end of it. For Paul Jr., Orange County Choppers became far more than just a stepping stone to reputate. It felt like domestic. His #1 role as chief clothier and grass builder elevated the shop's status and have an effect on within the enterprise, along with his brilliant skills and imaginative and prescient. He designed and built bikes that amazed both audiences and his colleagues at the shop. However, his effect wasn't confined to simply crafting bikes. His robust personality and presence at the show also gained him a huge fan base. Even after he moved on from the show, he leveraged his popularity to construct an extensive business of his personal business, which stays a hit to this day. Just because the Tell family's enterprise became developing a huge fight would alternate their relationships and future huge conflict between Paul Jr. and Sr. One of the maximum memorable moments on American Chopper became the extreme combat between Paul Jr. and his father. This wasn't simply a minor argument, it became a prime conflict that became iconic, spread through memes, and designated in numerous YouTube films. This disagreement wasn't just a moment for viewers to speak, approximately. It marked a huge exchange of their personal and expert relationships, leading to the display's cancellation. Let's take a look at what occurred on that impactful day. Whilst the desires and hopes built around Orange County Choppers appeared to fall apart, operating with own family can often cause difficult situations, a lesson that Paul Jr. and his father Paul Sr. discovered the tough manner on their show, American Chopper. Their joint commercial enterprise venture meant to carry them closer ended up straining their non-provided relationship to the breaking point. Searching back on the dramatic occasions at Orange County Choppers, the tale of Paul Jr. is especially unforgettable. His big clash together with his father earlier than the display's downfall remains mentioned. Their ongoing disputes, which regularly became complete blown arguments. It's not simply their enterprise, however, their family bonds as well. Earlier than social media buzzed with Kim Kardashian's lost earring or the hum of the Real Housewives, it turned into Paul Jr. and Sr., who were in the middle of TV drama with their infinite fights. Everyday viewers of the display may have gotten used to their fights, with a few even eagerly looking forward to those fiery exchanges. But matters reached a peak in an especially explosive episode in Season 5. On that memorable day, Paul Jr. arrived past due to work, which became not unusual for him. However, this time it sparked an extreme outburst from his father, Paul Sr., who prided himself on treating all his employees similarly, noticed his son's lateness as a breach in their professional standards. However, this wasn't the worst element. While Jr. walked into the shop at 4:28 p.m., you could see the irritation in Sr.'s eyes. He controlled to keep his cool for a moment, but quickly called Jr. into his workplace as soon as there. Sr. didn't hold, again expressing his frustration over Jr. with constant lateness. What started as a company reprimand fast turned into a heated argument. Sr. became disappointed, feeling he should not need to continuously monitor his personal son, who became fully grown. Matters escalated from there. Instead of looking to understand his father's factor of view, Jr. lost his mood too. They began yelling, their phrases growing harsher, absolutely ignoring each other's emotions. But this wasn't the end of the drama. Things spiraled. In addition, out of control while Sr., starring list each instance, Jr. had damaged their agreements, driven to his restriction. Jr. picked up a chair and threw it throughout the room, an impulsive act that led to his firing from both the storage and the TV display disc. Severe argument did not just mark the quit of Jr.'s job, it additionally had become a viral sensation, immortalizing their fierce family feud in a recently shared meme, letting all people at the net witness the dramatic fallout. For 10 long years, Paul Sr. and his son Paul Jr. have been locked in a sour struggle with lawsuit after lawsuit, flying between them, completely ruining their father-son relationship. After Paul Jr. exit from the display, you would possibly assume things could calm down. However, alternatively, they were given worse. Paul Sr. took it a step further via legally harm his personal son, opening a brand new and very public bankruptcy of their ongoing feud. Despite Paul Jr. being off the show, his father still appeared, decided to fight him, pushing him, in addition, far away from the family. Getting Jr. out of the commercial enterprise was now not easy due to the fact he owned a 20% stake in the employer, a stake he wasn't prepared to surrender without a severe combat earlier than Jr. DUS firing. His share wasn't a massive problem. But now, Sr. became insistent that Jr. should now not have any manage over the business, so that they ended up in court, father and son opposing each different in what gave the impression of the biggest felony struggle of the century. All under the watchful eyes of the public, the criminal showdown turned into as dramatic as any episode on their display. The Supreme Court of New York, become the degree for this family drama, grew to become Prison Battle. Paul Sr., who began the prison combat, argued that his enterprise Orange County Choppers Conserving Inc. had the property to shop for out his son's shares, efficaciously cutting all business ties. He even sent a formal letter to Paul Jr. presenting to buy his 20% stake for $500,000. On top of this, the lawsuit demanded a further $1 million in damages, offering this as a manner for Jr. to lessen his financial losses to begin with. The criminal tide appeared to want Paul Sr. with the court ruling that Jr. ought to promote his stocks inside the employer, but Jr. wasn't the type to give up effortlessly. With dedication, he appealed the court's selection. Tough the buyout option presented to him, however, this wasn't the give up. Paul Sr.'s legal professionals vigorously defended the initial ruling, arguing their case with dedication. However, the enchantment judges saw matters in another way. In a stunning flip of events, all four judges unanimously dominated in the desire of Paul Jr.'s son. All of us who have been following the saga, it turned into a plot twist that seemed directly out of a TV drama, anticipated through many, however, without a doubt seemed with the aid of none. Although this legal victory favored Paul Jr., it deeply hurt his dating together with his father for a whole decade. The two didn't alternate unmarried.